recording. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Baruch, chapter 6, verse 12. Says, yet cannot these idols save themselves from rust and moths, though they be covered with purple raiment.
Alright? These idols are so, foolish that they can't even save their own selves from rust and moth. Alright? A regular man, he gonna bathe and clean himself. They're gonna prevent him from rust, being molding. Alright? But these idols, they can't do that. And these people worship these idols and accept them to be a power, a creator. That's utter madness. That don't make sense. Go ahead.
And verse 13, they wipe their faces because of the dust of the temple, when there is much upon them.
See? So the priests of the temple, alright, they will come in with a damn cloth and wipe off the faces, wipe the dust from the faces of the idols. Alright? You have to clean your God? That ain't even make sense. That don't make any sense. Go ahead on the precept.
Verse 14, and he that cannot put to death one that offended him holdeth a scepter, as though he were a judge of the country.
Exactly. Go ahead.
He had also in his right hand a dagger and an axe, but cannot deliver himself from war and thieves.
You see? Hey, these men got some mad creation. Alright, some mad Salakil. Is it you say imagination or creativity? Alright? They're gonna create a fucking God with knives in his hand, and these gods can't even do nothing. These idols can't even save themselves. Alright? If a thief was supposed to kick in the door, that their God gone. Their God gone missing. Alright? And simple niggas worship these idols. Hey, hey, 2/3 of our nation and these other nations, alright, 2/3 of Israel and these other nations, they bugged out. Alright? They bugged out.
That's right.
You're gonna make a God and put axe in his hand and gun in his hand. I know very well that statue can't do nothing. And you're gonna dance around it, make human sacrifices and all these different things to a piece of stone, alright, that can't even move. Come on.
If I may add,
go ahead.
if I may add, it's like coffee.
Yeah, you see coffee.
They're celebrating emancipation and coffee, that's all. And then you can't move.
Hey, can, and that's something too, right? Bacchus or Dionysus, alright, was a man. Alright, was a man that was later worshipped as a god. You see? And that's how simple people are. They're gonna see a man of great stature, alright, a man that they they look up to, and then eventually worship him as God. And they did the same thing in during the time in Nimrod. Alright? What this man's name was? Yeah, they actually worshipped Nimrod as a god. They were actually worshipping Nimrod as a god, which was a man. You see? And it's the same thing today. It's the same thing. That's why the scriptures say there's nothing new under the sun. Alright? Go ahead.
And Baruch 6 and verse 16, whereby they are known not to be gods, therefore fear them not.
See, we're supposed to fear them. Alright? Like for example, if someone was supposed to come out here and compel us, alright, to go and dance and do the stuff of Mashamani, alright, to dance, drink the wine, partake in the floats and whatnot, we're supposed to fear. Why? Because these gods can't do us nothing. Alright? Nor the men that follow them, they can't do us nothing.
That's right.
You see? Go ahead.
Verse 17, for like as a vessel that a man useth is nothing worth when it is broken, even so it is with their gods. when they be set up in the temple, their eyes be full of dust through the feet of them that come in.
See? So you coming in to worship your God and you making dust going your God. You gonna dirty you God? Come on. Like example, you know, if you take a hammer and you lash a bucket, you know, a earthen bucket, a ceramic bucket, it ain't good no more. Alright, and it's the same thing with these gods. If I just lash the god on your head gonna fall off. Alright? Or something and the god ain't go no more. They have to go and make a next god. You see? Go ahead.
Says, verse 18, and as the doors are made sure on every side upon him that offended the king, as being committed to suffer death, even so the priests make fast their temples with doors, with locks, and bars, lest their gods be spoiled with robbers.
You see, so for example, right? You know, you like the king, all right, like the president. You see how these presidents roll with the security, all right? They gonna get top-notch security, 12 men, 24 men. For example, I was looking at this thing, right? It was showing how the different presidents roll with his security. North Korean president, right? He would get 12 bodyguards literally running at the side of his car to keep him safe. You see? And it's the same thing back then. You know, they would fortify the doors and put guards by the doors for the king, right? And they was doing it for the idols. All right? Now you telling me that this is supposed to be the most powerful being, all right? The creator, and you have to protect him. Your power is supposed to protect you.
That's right.
Alright? That's why we worship Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Alright? Because he's the most powerful. Alright? He's the most powerful there is. You know, he protect us. Alright? Right now they got angels out there looking over us. Alright? By the order of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
That's our power protecting us. It's not the other way around. Alright? You're not supposed to be backward to say that you're protecting your God. Come on. Come on. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 19. They light them candles, yeah, more than for themselves, whereof they cannot see one. They are as one of the beams of the temple. Yeah.
You see like these posts. You see how they stand fast?
God.
Alright? That's what these idols are. Like the beam of a temple. It's just there. Just there. It ain't moving, it ain't seeing, it ain't nothing. You go ahead.
Yeah, it says, yet they say their hearts are knocked upon by things creeping out of the earth. And when they eat them and their clothes, they feel it not.
See, so you're gonna get some termites, alright, eating away on you God. Or you're gonna get termites eating away on you God, and you God ain't feeling it. You know? Some termite done eat out your God heart, eat out your liver, eat out your intestine. You know? Hey, go ahead,
Says verse 21, their faces are black through the smoke that cometh out of the temple. It says, upon their bodies and heads sit bats, swallows, and birds, and the cats also.
See? Yeah, also the different animals gonna sit on their heads and defile them. Alright? Go ahead.
It says, But this, Slaki, by this ye may know that there are no gods, therefore fear them not.
See, that's confirmation that these idols, alright, that these different statues that people go after, there are no gods. You know, they're being defiled by animals, you know, animals going on them, alright, shitting on them and these different things. You know, that's just idols. You know? That's how we know. That's confirmation. Alright?
And it says, notwithstanding the gold that is about them to make them beautiful, except they wipe off the rust, they will not shine. For neither when they were molten did they feel it.
Alright? So for your God to glow, alright, to illuminate, you first have to clean it and polish it off with some nice oil and whatever it is. You know, but with our power, it's not so. Alright? With our power, it's an everlasting power. You know, that glory or that shine does not fade. You know? We don't have to do nothing to illuminate our power. Alright? Our power is there. Always shining, always glowing. You know?
From the yard is because of what? Because of wisdom.
Exactly.
Because the scripture says wisdom maketh our faces shine.
Exactly.
That's what we try praising. Yeah, verse 25. The things wherein there is no bread are bought for a most high price. They are borne upon shoulders, having no feet, whereby they declare unto men that they be nothing worth. They also that serve them are ashamed, for if they fall to the ground at any time, they cannot rise up again of themselves. Neither, if one set them upright, they cannot move of themselves. Neither, if they be bowed down, can they make themselves straight.
So basically you have to be the arms and the legs, the mouth, the eyes, everything for your God. Alright? Wherein, you know, on the contrary, with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know, he know every single thing. That's why the scripture talk about his omnipotency. Alright? That's our power. That's our power. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Bashem Rukakudash. Alright? But with these idols, you have to do everything for your God. You know? These different religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, you know, Islam, wherever it is, they worship false gods. Alright? And for the sake of the lesson or what we was going into earlier, you know, these people going after Mashramani, really they're going after a false god. You know? Go ahead,
Man, it says, but they set gifts before them as unto dead men.
See? Yeah, like you gonna set a meat offering before God. Like that God gonna eat any fucking thing. A dead man ain't gonna eat nothing. You know? Like you see these Elamites just do these things, you know. They would boil rice and some food and carry it by a fucking tomb. That's ignorance. It ain't even make no sense. And it's the same thing that these people do with these gods. You know? Like yeah, Bella and the Dragon. You know when you can. When you read Bella and the Dragon, alright, what they were doing? They would come in and set food before the gods, alright? And the priest would have a hole. You know, they would come up through the hole at night, eat the food, beat out. And everybody say, oh God, Bell, eat the food. You know, Bell is powerful. Look, Bell gone. All the food gone. Bell is real. You know? Yeah, Bell is Santa Claus. Like they set milk and cookies for Santa Claus. Come on. You know? That's why you have to examine these things. You know? Examine them. Search out these scriptures. He said, yeah, go ahead, this is spirit.
It says, verse 28, as for the things that are sacrificed unto them, their priests sell and abuse.
You see? Their priests sell and abuse. Alright? Like when we used to go to church, right? Before we came to the truth, you know, they would have like the little feast or the little get together, like the Christmas social. They probably would have get a Mashramani social. And what used to happen? Well, they used to say, everybody bring whatever you can. And then you would get a pastor and his wife, and they, and the board of ministers or whatever it is, They used to give everybody a small sum, and then they junk everything. They abuse it. You know? So I said they sell and abuse. And it's the same thing happening today. You know? They would bring, back then they would bring the meat offering, and the priest was taking it for themselves. You know? They weren't giving it to the poor. Alright? They weren't distributing it according to the scriptures. You know? They was abusing it for themselves. They go ahead,
Man, Salakia. You know what too, right? You said they sell.
Yeah.
Right? I think these Christian churches are always selling something.
Shit. Always get some ticket, some barbecue ticket.
Yeah, can.
Slacker.
Like so-called Prophet Bashir, right? Selling some sort of blood. Right? But even when what was her name? Javita Bynum.
Yeah.
When she come down here, right?
If it was.
They she had a conference, right? And if you guard is free, right? The scripture said freely give, freely receive, freely give, right? She come down here and was charging like 10,000 for a business class or a business meeting with she, you know? She's selling. Alright? Yeah, you know, they always tell you sow a seed or something like that. What they doing? They so-called selling a blessing.
Yeah, God. Scripture say buy it and sell it not. Alright? Because we're going to labor in this truth to get the knowledge. And then when we come out here, we just give it freely. You know? To sit in the presence of one of these pastors, you first have to pay.
Yeah,
you know?
Can. You see one of these top pastors, you gotta get money.
Make an appointment. And you're gonna have they're gonna counsel you. You know? X amount of money for a session. They're selling the wisdom, you know? Which it is not no wisdom. Alright? But they're selling whatsoever bullshit they know. You know?
If I may add, right?
Yeah.
There are favorite song they like sing.
Wisdom.
Give and it will come back to you. What coming back to you? You know?
Yeah, some bills coming back to you. You know?
And you know something? This how tithes is supposed to work. Right? And they don't even know that. They don't know how to tithe properly. Right? When you read in the book of Acts, you know, Paul took the money and then he distributed back to the congregation.
Exactly.
Right?
Even to the poor. They
When-
know what they need.
Yeah, can. When you ever see a so-called Christian pastor, distribute back money to the congregation, for help out somebody, because the scripture said he gave as they need. All right, so if a brother needed a little bit more, he give him a little bit more to take care of whatever he got to take care of. Right? When you got people running any Christian churches every day, Salaki every Sunday, and probably every day or two, and the light bill ain't paid. You know? The court's bill ain't paid, or whatever. Probably ain't getting 2 square meal every day. You know? Because we know about them things, how we come from them. Our parents brought us up and up. Alright? And we was punishing in the lifestyle.
And I could remember, Slacky, right? I could remember a time I met someone that say, they would eat rice and salt and egg and rice and them things throughout the week. And at the end of the week, when it's time for church, the mother throw in 3,000, 4,000 in the collection,
Yeah.
Imagine that. It's how people lack of knowledge.
Because, hey, give me, let me see if I can find it, right? Yeah. You were saying something, huh? Right? Tobit chapter 4, verse 8, I believe. Or 4 and 12. Just want to prove a point, right? 4, 8 and 12. 4 and 8. Read 4 and 8.
This is Tobit chapter 4 and verse 8. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little.
Alright, so what the scripture is saying is that if you have abundance, you're going to give in abundance. If you have little, you're going to give according to your little. Right? But on the contrary, these Christian churches, you know, they compel people to give abundance regardless whether they have much, little, or whatever it is. Alright? And what happens with that money? Because the scripture talking about harms, right? The pastors take it and abuse it for themselves. You know, it's basically like if you're giving the pastor alms, or you making an offering to that pastor. You know? Like, go back in the Baruch.
Yeah.
They say they sell and abuse it.
This is Baruch chapter 6 and verse 28. As for the things that are sacrificed unto them, their priests sell and abuse. And if I may expound, right? We got some pastors or false prophets, you know, that just demand X amount of money. Because I know Jake tell me that he going to church, right? And his pastor don't want nothing less than 500, right? And it mustn't be $500 losing money. It must be 500, the 500 note and up. You know? By now it must the man must be demanding 1,000 and up. You know? Yeah, go ahead.
It's like an elderly woman used to tell me that this church they used to go to, the pastor say, if it's your $100, come and get it. Take it out of the basket.
God, sometimes must be the same church, huh? Yeah.
Hey, the audacity of these people, bro. Alright? The audacity of these people. To tell somebody, hey, if you throw in less than what they desire, take it. Come on. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Baruch 6 and 28. As for the things that are sacrificed unto them, their priests sell and abuse. In like manner, their wives lay up part thereof in salt, but unto the poor and impotent they give nothing of it.
See, and that was going into what Ark was expounding upon in Acts, alright? We talk about they give according to those that was in need. You see, these people, they take whatever is offered to these gods, to these idols, and abuse it for themselves. When they talk about the wife, take it and put salt and what is it? Lay apart
thereof salt.
Yeah, lay apart thereof with salt. Alright? Which meaning what? To preserve it. You know, they want to preserve it like, hey, wherever meat or wherever it is come. You get a question? You get a question? No. Alright? Saying that they lay apart it with salt. You know? You take it, preserve it with salt. Say, hey, next week we're gonna use this. Next month we're gonna use this. You know? That's how they abuse these things. And it's no different with these Christian churches. You know?
Read back the last part there.
It says, in like manner their wives lay up part thereof in salt. It said, but unto the poor and impotent they give nothing of it.
This is Ezekiel chapter 34 and verse 2. Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them, thus said Yahweh power unto the shepherds, woe be unto them, woe be unto the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flock? Right? So the shepherd is supposed to feed the congregation.
God.
Alright? And hey, it goes back to the Acts again. Alright, we gotta keep going back to that because that was an example, right?
That was a righteous example. That
Yeah.
was the pattern that we ought to follow.
Yeah, can.
You know?
The scripture said anything that is written aforetime is written for our learning. Alright, so that's why we gotta keep going back there. But basically, you see how Paul did it. He was a shepherd and he hey, we should get a precept out.
Yeah. I think it's Acts 5.
Yeah, but basically how Paul did it, you know, he gave to everybody. Alright? That's sufficient for them too. You know, scripture says, as their need met. You know, so that their needs could be met. Alright?
Yeah, go ahead on the precept.
Yeah. Yeah, it says, ye eat the fat and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock. Alright? So, you know, the so-called pastors or priests, you know, they got on the best raiment. Alright? They eating the best food, you know, and the people in the churches, they barely making it day by day. They living hand to mouth, how we say, you know?
Paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, from paycheck to paycheck. Alright?
And after, if I may add, right? And after this festival Bacchus, right? Now for them they left hungry. So who they gonna run to now? You know? Who they gonna run to now for food? Because at least they can't get it from the churches tomorrow is Sunday. They can't get it from the so-called pastor. You know? So how they gonna eat? How they gonna live? They don't spend all the money winding up, partying, sporting, drinking. You know? How they gonna go about eating tomorrow? Now the children gotta suffer.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you just make a nice point out. Yeah, precept. So 36.
Yeah. Continue on, Baruch, from the Bible time.
Fine. This is Baruch 6 and verse 29. Menstruous women and women in childbed eat their sacrifices. By these things ye may know that they are no gods. Fear them not.
Like in our law, all right, if when a woman is on her menstruation, all right, she's unclean.
Right.
And when a woman gives birth, you know, whether it is to a boy or to a girl, she's unclean according to the number of days that the law prescribed. You know, but these people have unclean women, you know, eating at the sacrifice that is offered unto their God. You know, how you gonna liken a woman unto a God, unto your power? You know, that don't make sense.
Right.
All right. Yeah, get your precept for you.
Precept say, if I may expound, precept say, Yahweh is not the art of confusion. I think it's in Corinthians.
Yeah.
First Corinthians.
11. 1 Corinthians 14, church.
14.
Pull your precept. That's a point.
Make it right.
Yeah. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. For Yahweh is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saint. So you see, Yahweh is not the author of confusion. Forgot menstruous women, serving here and being a part of the congregation. Because they being unclean, will prove that it's uncleanness going on in the worship places. But we are clean people. Israel are clean people, not unclean. So that's why the women have to stay and keep whole a corner. Yeah,
Yeah, it says, this is Acts chapter 4 and verse. Yeah.
Yeah.
The part that talk about
This is Baruch chapter 6 and verse 28. As for the things that are sacrificed unto them, their priests sell and abuse. In like manner, their wives lay up part thereof in salt, but unto the poor and impotent they give nothing of it.
Alright, so what does sound like? Right? Any brother or any person that ever went to a Christian church will know that this is exactly how it goes in the Christian church. Right? The so-called Christian church. Right? But let's see how our apostle did it. Alright? Because when these people throwing all the money in the church, they don't get back any of them. Alright? Unless they're taking a loan and pay it back with interest, but probably not even though.
Yeah, this is Acts chapter 4. Acts chapter 4 verse 33. And with great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of Adawan Yahushai. And great grace was upon them all. Neither was there any among them that lacked. For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them, and brought the prices for the things that were sold, and laid them down at the apostles' feet. And distribution was made unto every man according as he had need.
God, you see? That is a righteous example. Alright? So if the head, the shepherd, get 20,000, 30,000, whatever, he's supposed to distribute it back to the congregation to make sure that the congregation is taken care of. Alright? But it don't work like that in these other religions. Alright? Especially Christianity. Alright? And they ain't supposed to be doing enough to make atonement to sin, like in Islam. Alright? It's supposed to be doing the, according to the law. Alright? Alright? And in righteousness. And in sincerity.
Because if I may say, right, like people do stuff looking for a reward. They're looking like, hey, like the scripture talk about in Sirach, that these wicked men, they give something and then turn around and say, hey, nobody never give me back nothing. They do these things, do certain things, all right, which have a righteous talk to it, and then expect a reward in return. So there it is. Awesome. It is.
One more precept. Yeah, because basically we going into how they going out, our people going after Bacchus, right? Which is this Mashimani celebration and all this stuff. And what they're gonna do? They're gonna spend a lot of money behind a new garment, whatever it is, and they go out, they drink a lot, they eat a lot, next morning they probably almost broke, right? This is Sirach 18 and 32. Take not pleasure in much cheer, neither be tied to the expense thereof. Alright? So don't expense yourself behind much cheer. Alright? Don't even take pleasure in it. Alright, you have to live in a balance. Like the scripture says, a just weight is the most I delight. Alright, you gotta get good times and bad times. You gotta get times where you're having, pleasure, and sometimes when you're not. Alright, don't go day by day seeking pleasure, or don't seek excessive pleasure in one moment. Alright, which is what it's doing today. No?
It is Proverbs 11 verse 1. A false balance is abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight.
Can. So you see, don't go after too much pleasure. Alright?
You get it? You know the precept in I think it's Judges. We talk about let these other God save me. Alright? We all serve.
So by Judges 4.
You know it, huh?
Yeah. Which is Judges 4. I don't remember exactly.
Because guess what? They're gonna delight themselves in these other gods. They're gonna go after these other gods. And during the time of destruction, they're gonna run to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They come up and they condemn us for serving the true power. They serve their fake, their false gods and say that's the true God. And then in the time of destruction, they're gonna come to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's why the scriptures say, hey, go to your other gods. Let them save you.
This is Judges 10 and verse 13. Yet ye have forsaken me and serve other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Exactly, because right now they are forsaken Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. From the heads down to the least. These different pastors in these different churches, alright? Because they're gonna get a mini version. They ain't gonna do they all wind up and they dance and everything. But they're gonna have a Mashramani Sunday where everybody gonna cook and bring their drinks. They do stuff like that in these Christian churches where they mingle, the scriptures with idol worshiping. Alright? Yeah, go read it back for me about Prashad.
Jeremiah 11. Jeremiah 24.
Judges chapter 10 and verse 13. Yet ye have forsaken me and serve other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more.
You see, they have forsaken the true power and went after who? Bacchus today. There ain't nobody out there listening to the truth. Alright? They rather be up and down in the hot sun. From the hot sun straight up into the night. Alright? Because they're going to get it after party tonight. You see? They've forsaken the Lord.
And that's to show how our people stupid. I come into work this morning, 8 o'clock in the hot morning sun. People are already on the road mashing. What the hell is that, bro?
Exactly.
Which grown folk got so much time on their hand that to go on the road in the hot sun to just, do nonsense, do nothing.
Walk up and down. Alright?
Yeah,
they gonna circle this shit. This is like how much?
Jeremiah 20.
How much miles? Like 20 miles from the roundabout to with this Evolution Square, then back on Camp Street and go back to the roundabout. This was like over 20 miles. And they gonna circle the 3-4 times. That's how foolish these people are. Yeah, go ahead.
Judges 10 and 13. Yet ye have forsaken me and serve other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
See, so these people have chosen Bacchus. Alright? And that's where the Lord is gonna put that vibration out there, alright, through his prophets, you know, that hey, they're gonna have to go and cry unto the other gods, which
Right.
are no gods, you know. Lord gonna be like, hey, don't come to me.
Right.
Go to your gods. Let them save you. Let them protect you from the missiles. All right. Let them show you what the mark of the beast is. What Esau's true agenda is. You know. Let them gods deliver you in the time of your discomfort. You see? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 47 and verse 12. Stand now with thy enchantments and with the multitudes of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. Salakia, understand fast. That's another sorcery going right there.
Ain't that the spirit of Bacchus that we went into?
Okay.
You know, they go into fertility, and this was a wedding. All right, what they gonna do tonight? The woman they gonna marry, the man gonna pop the woman. That's why the scripture say in those days they shall be eating and drinking, you know, and giving into marriage. All right, and that's all the spirit. You see, that's all the spirit here about Shemi Yahushai showing you, you know, that what we saying, what we bringing out through the Rakak Wadash is true. You know, that's proof. You see, Kalala Yahweh Bashemi Yahushai, Bashem Rakak Wadash. You see, that's proof.
And we read the scripture earlier, right? That the Most High isn't the author of confusion, right?
Okay.
That was a so-called Christian wedding, right? From the wedding scene, right? The man gonna go and pop the woman tonight, right? But according to Christian belief, you know, you're not supposed to have sex before marriage, right? And bottom dollar, the man the popping she way before tonight.
Okay.
There's not confusion. It's confusion. It's more than confusion. Yeah, because the scripture said sex is marriage. Alright?
So basically these people teach one thing and do something else.
Yeah, kind.
Alright? And that's why the Lord said, you know, do as they say, but don't do as they do. You know, they're hypocrites. Alright? These Christians are hypocrites. You know? Because you could bet that half of the congregation of these Christian churches or more, alright? You know, they were out there in the hot sun with everybody else. With every non-believer or atheist or whoever it is, you know, or so-called non-church goers. They was out there with them, indulging and doing exactly what they do.
Also,
you see?
Also them Muslims too. Right? You know? Them Hindus too. They was out there. All of them. Alright? This is why the scripture says this. Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now in thy enchantments and with the